Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. Structure decks Yugi Muto and Seto Kaiba were released in October of 2016, and while also containing support for Blue Eyes and Dark Magician respectively, these decks focus on a different archetype of Yugis and Kaibas. Yugi getting more support for Kuribo as well as the Magnet Warrior archetype, and Kaiba for his light Union monsters in new ABC Dragon Buster. What's up guys and gals, and welcome back to History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey, and today we are playing with the 2016 Kaiba and Yugi structure decks. And I was gonna say Yugi is gonna be on the Yu-Gi-Oh! And Jeexx is gonna be embracing the soul of Yugi and being on the Magnet Warrior one in the Yu-Gi-Oh! One, and we are playing ABZ, XYZ, ABCDFG, Kaiba. Union 1. And hopefully this won't take too long. A lot of this stuff we've seen already, or it's just really old stuff. We'll probably cover or spend most of the time on the extra deck stuff, but without further ado, let's go through the card by card. And starting us off, we have 3 of A Assault Core, B Buster Drake, and C Crush Wyvern, where the new Union monsters, all light machines, and they all share effects where they can either be equipped to another light machine monster you control, or special summoned if it's already equipped. And all of them have different protections and different effects when sent from the field or graveyard. So Assault Core, when equipped, protects the monster from being affected by monster effects of your opponent, and if it's sent to the field to the graveyard, you can add another Union monster from your graveyard to your hand. Not other than a Assault Core, so if you have 2, you can circulate them with each other, but other than this card being sent. All of them also share the effect where if the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can you destroy this card instead. It's not a you can, but instead you destroy this card. Buster Drake protects from spell effects, and then if sent from the field or graveyard, you can add a Union monster from your deck to your hand. Probably the worst protection overall for our set, because there's not that much like spell stuff that destroys, but the being sent for the field, probably the best effect, obviously being able to just add any Union monster from your deck to your hand. And Crush Wyvern protects from trap effects, which is really good in this matchup specifically, because Jeexx has access to stuff like Mirror Force. And if it's sent from the field or graveyard, you can special summon a Union monster from your hand specifically. Definitely the worst effect there, but being protected by traps is really neat. A lot of them have like decent stat lines. Buster Drake is kind of in the middle, so it's not as great, but Assault Core, 1900 attack, Crush Fire, 2k defense, not bad. Then we have a single copy of Heavy Mech Support Armor. I have 2 more in the side as well, but this card on normal summon targets a Union monster in your graveyard and summons it, and you can once again like either target a machine monster you control and equip it to that target, or unequip this card and spell summon it. And a monster equipped with this card cannot be targeted with any card effects and will be protected, and instead this card destroyed if it would be destroyed. Really good. I'm only running 1 because obviously we're not going to have stuff in the grave early on, and we want to have something to summon with this to then use on the normal summon. Then for the old one, XYZ, X Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, and Z Metal Tank, we're only running 2 of each, but I do have the 3rd copies in the side as well. X Head Cannon is just a 1800 vanilla. Y Dragon Head can target an X Head Cannon you control and equip it or unequip and spell summon it. I don't know why I'm repeating this. This is just the Union stuff. I think later on, like some cards also can equip from hand, but all the cards that we're dealing with here only equip from the field. And then a monster equipped with this card gains 400 attack and defense if it would be once again destroyed by any means, you instead destroy this. Z Battle Tank can equip to either X Head Cannon or Y Dragon Head, and same thing. But instead it gives 600, so you want to equip this over Dragon Head most of the time. Now the wheels that keep everything turning, Union Hanger, probably still like one of the better field spells ever made, honestly, and kind of started the trend of field spells that do immediately search you cards that you want on activation. When activated, you can add a light machine Union monster from your deck to your hand. Then, once per turn, if a light machine Union monster is normal, will spell summon to your field, except during the damage step, you can target one of those monsters and equip an appropriate other light machine Union monster from your deck to that monster, but that equipped monster then cannot be spell summoned this turn. You can only activate one of these per turn. Extremely powerful. It just helps us get into all of our cards, searches us anything we need, gives us more stuff out from the deck, because we don't care if we just get that stuff out and then it ends up in the grave, as you'll see when we talk about the extra deck. Then we have 3 Econ. Econ, obviously we can we can set some of their defense to just protect us from being attacked, or more likely, since we don't really care if stuff is in the grave, if Jeexx summons some big stuff, we can use the tribute to tribute some of our stuff out of the way and then deal with stuff that way. Frontline base here, mostly, we don't usually, except for like the start of the game, I don't feel like we will really need the special summons from our hand, but this is just nice to have, and there's not really anything too much better to have. So if we just have a bunch of stuff like this, basically a free summon for us every turn, which is nice. A 3 negate attack, just because it's decent. They're like, once again, like nothing crazy for the traps. 3 Ring of Destruction, mostly here if Jeexx gets to Berserkion or Valkyrion, we can deal with them this way. Interdimensional Matter Transporter, this here to protect our stuff if need be. An important part about Dragon Buster is that during your opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you tribute this card, then target 3 of your managed life machine monsters with different names, spell summon them. So you can't protect it and tag it out during your turn. So having something that like Interdimensional Matter Transport is actually nice to have that set already, and then just protect it during our turn. 3 Call of the Haunted, since Dragon Buster gets tributed, and after it must first be special summoned from your extra deck, but after it can be gotten back with something like Call of the Haunted, and then we can obviously tag it out if Call of the Haunted is in mortal peril. It's nice. 3 is a lot and might bump it down for games 2 and 3, but initially I feel fine with 3. And then 3 Fiendish Chain. If Jeexx gets into his big guys, we can just make them useless. You know what Fiendish Chain does, it's really good. As for the side deck, apart from the stuff that we already talked about, 3 Shrink, because Berserkion crashes with Dragon Buster, and Valkyrion is bigger, so with this, we can actually deal with them without having to use the effect. Double limiter removal, if I actually feel like I want to end the games quickly. Triple rollout, you just equip something from your grave instead of getting it back. It's okay. And then Union Scramble had 2 copies, target up to 3 of your banished light machine normal monsters, and or light machine Union monsters, and you spell summon them. And then either player's turn to and discard for sent to a graveyard. You can banish this from your grave to target one of your banished light machine monsters, normals or unions, and return it to the hand. The reason why I'm running this in the side deck and not the main deck is that usually we will be like cycling through them anyway and don't really like care if they stay in the banished zone, because ABC needs to get them from your banished zone instead of your grave in order to tag itself out. So we don't really mind them being in the banished zone. So this is something that's just a hard maybe instead of, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna run this. As for the extra deck though, we'll start out with the absolute boss monster that we will probably never see. Both of these decks have these like absolutely absurd to summon like boss monsters that I'm very doubtful that we're gonna see. It takes ABC Dragon Buster and XYZ Dragon Cannon must be special summoned from your extract by banishing the cards you control with the above original names, and cannot be special summoned other ways. So even like having this, so you literally can't use King of the Swamp or anything like that. And then during either player's turn, when your opponent activates any effect, you can discard a card, negate the activation, and destroy the card. And during either player's turn, you can banish this card, target each of your banished Dragon Busters and Dragon Cannons, and special summon them. Basically, as long as you have cards, you have negates, and it's a 4K beat stick. Would be neat if we got to it. Very doubtful. The real start of the show alongside Union Hanger is obviously the ABC Dragon Buster. It takes Assault Core, Buster Drake, and Crush Wyvern. It's a Contact Fusion, but the Contact Fusion can be done by banishing them from your field or your graveyard, which is very nice. And the thing is, like, you can use a mix of both. If you have Assault Core equipped with Buster Drake and a Crush Wyvern in your grave, you can summon ABC using those three. And then once per turn, as a quick effect, you can discard a card to target a card in the field and banish it. And then during your opponent's turn, as we established, you can as a quick effect tribute this and summon out the 3 banished materials. Extremely powerful. Like, this card alone, like, just made this deck so good at the time. And while, like, you're looking at this, like, it's nothing crazy out of the box, but just having Union Hanger and ABC Dragon Buster already makes it, for the time, like, actually a really competent deck. As for the old one, though, I've just picked 3 different arts for Dragon Cannon. Takes, obviously, the XYZ pieces. Once again, banish the above cards you control. This time can't be... it's still a Contact Fusion, but now it's a traditional Contact Fusion. Can't use the grave. And it cannot be spell summoned free. And then, as many times as you have cards, you can discard a card and target a card your opponent controls and destroy it. It's decent, but obviously not as good as Dragon Buster. And then we have also... since they were there, XY Dragon Cannon, which takes obviously Head Cannon and Dragon Head. Once again, must be spell summoned by banishing the cards you control. Cannot be spell summoned from the graveyard, and you can discard a card to target a face-up spell trap your opponent controls and destroy it. And then XZ Tank Cannon, basically the same thing. Obviously, Head Cannon Metal Tank this time, and you can discard a coin to target a face-down spell trap your opponent controls and destroy that target. So, but these are not good. The like 111 obviously hard to get out, and it's not great. Dragon Buster is what you're gonna be seeing most of the time, and what's the thing that will either, I was gonna say either win or loses the game, but I'll keep it a buck. I think this is definitely one of the, I think we talked about it earlier, like this is definitely one of the bigger mismatches, because the Yugi deck is really bad, but hopefully Jeexx can do something with it. We'll just have to wait and see. And this has been my deck breakdown. Thank you for listening, and enjoy Jeexx next, and after that we will see you in the dueling zone, so see you there.
Okay, so we're doing Structure Deck Yugi 2016 versus Structure Deck Kaiba 2016. And of these two, this one is a lot less impressive than the Kaiba one. The Kaiba one is obviously like, it's ABC. ABC brought forth with it like the first extremely broken field spell. Well, not kind of the first. Let's say that it's the first for the sake of convenience. Union Hanger is one of the strongest field spells in the game. Arguably even now, it has a lot of power behind it. It allows you to start your plays immediately off of a normal summon, and like it searches the normal summon itself, which means that you essentially enable the entire deck by just playing a Terraforming and getting a Union Hanger. So, naturally, the Yugi deck, of course, has its own counterpart to it called Magnetic Field. Called Magnetic Field. Sorry. If you control a level 4 or lower Earth Rock monster, so first off, you have to have the Rock monster on board, and that's already like a big ask, considering that the deck like doesn't have more than like, I guess you can have 18 of them, of which 9 would be useless because they're normal monsters. But yeah, you need to have a level 4 or lower Earth Rock monster on board, and then you can target a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior monster in your graveyard and special summon it. You need to have Magnetic Field, 2 rock monsters, one of which is already in the graveyard, and then you can use its effect to summon the card from the graveyard. And you can only use this effect of Magnetic Field once per turn. How fucking shit is this? Oh, yeah. And then the second effect is once per turn at the end of the damage step. When a Earth Rock monster you control battle an opponent's monster, the opponent's monster but the opponent's monster was not destroyed by battle, you can return that opponent's monster to the hand. Not banish face down, not banish, just bounce it back, which can be better, mayhaps in some circumstances. But yeah, to start off, we have Alpha the Electromagnetic Warrior, which has the effect of when this card is normal spell summon, add a level 1 or a level 8 Magna Warrior monster from deck to your hand. So it's specifically Berserkion or Valkyrion, which are the only Magna Warriors available. And then if during your opponent's turn you contribute this card and spell summon a level 4 Magna Warrior from your deck, which is only the normal monsters. Then we have Berserkion. Berserkion, I'm just going to explain the other two first. Beta the Electromagna Warrior has the effect of if it's a normal summon, add a level 4 or lower Magna Warrior to your hand. And then the second effect of tributing here is here as well. Gamma allows you to summon a Magna Warrior from your hand, and then again has the same tribute effect. And then Berserkion is the combination of those three, which has the effect of you can banish Alpha, Beta, and Gamma Electromagna Warriors from your hand, graveyard, and or face up on your monster in your monster zones. And then you can summon this card from your hand, specifically from your hand, not the grave or anywhere else. And then you can banish one level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior monster in your graveyard and target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can target one each of your banished Alpha, the Electromagnet Warrior, Beta, the Electromagnet Warrior, and Gamma, the Electromagnet Warrior, and spell summon them. Couple of problems with this card and its like overall power. You can banish cards to use its pop effect, right? Not just ignoring the fact that you banished 3 copies of different Magna Warriors just now, and you don't have good ways of flooding your graveyard. You essentially like summoning this card gimps itself. It's like the old Raw card, Winged Dragon Ra, the original printing thing, which has the effect of when it's normal summoned, you can pay life points so that you only have 100 left, and this card gains attack and defense equal to that amount paid. And then it has, you can pay 1,000 life points and target one monster in the field and destroy that card. Like it's the same like level of mismatch in terms of how this card functions as like Raw used to have. Except obviously Raw makes it impossible to use its own effects, whereas Berserkion simply is making it harder to use its effects. But yeah. And then we have Kribos. I have 3 different arts of Kribo because we have Reborn, which has the effect of at the end of the battle phase, you can discard this card and then target one monster in graveyard that was destroyed by battle this turn, and the spell summon it. And when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish this card from the graveyard and target any number of Kuribo monsters in your graveyard and spell summon them. So I have 3 Kuribos in here and Kuriborns to use this effect. Then we have Valkyrion, which has no effect, and it requires Alpha, Beta, and Gamma Magnet Warriors, not the Electromagnet. Diffusion to target ABC to force it to tag out, essentially. Magnetic Field, obviously explained that already, like the whole disparity between the power levels. Mystic Box, target one monster you control and one monster your opponent controls, destroy the first target, then give control of the second target to your opponent. Polymerization, fuse 1 card. It has the cool Avion and Burstinatrix art. Spell Shattering Arrow, destroy face up spell traps. Spells. So specifically Union Hanger, essentially, and also the equip spells. Swords of Revealing Light, Magic Cylinder, Magnet Conversion. Target 3 level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior monsters in your graveyard and add them to your hand. Wait, what does this card say? Union Scramble. Target up to 3 of your banished Light Machine normal monsters and or Light Machine Union monsters and special summon them. Wow. Fucking crazy. During the play turn next to the turn, this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from the graveyard and target one banished level 4 or lower Magna Warrior monster and special summon it. So you can't even recur the banished ones using this outside of the second effect. Now see if you could possibly like have had been like you can add stuff from the graveyard back to your hand or spell summon them, or you can return banished monsters back to the graveyard, so you can even use Berserkion's effect. I think this could have been a lot better. Mirror Force, Rock Bombardment to actually fill out the graveyard. Like this card is the thing that I'm relying on to get me into the Magna Warriors essentially. And then a 3rd copy of Berserkion, 2 more copies of Valkyrion, Alpha the Magna Warrior, and Gamma Beta and Gamma. Diffusions, more Mystic Box, 2 more Polymerization, another Spell Shattering Arrow, Swords of Even Light, and Mirror Force. And then the extra deck consists of a bunch of stuff that isn't summonable, and then Imperion Magnum, the superconductive battle bond, which requires Valkyrion, the Magnum Warrior, and Berserkion, the Electromagnetic Warrior. And it has the effect of must be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn, during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card, or a monster effect, you can negate the activation. And if you do, destroy that card. If this face-up card leaves the field in its owner's possession, if this card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon both Valkyrion and Berserkion from your hand and or deck, ignoring their summoning conditions. Now, this card is pretty fucking stacked, right? It's 4,000 beat stick. It's Earth Rock, whatever. It has not a Omni negate, but a negate nevertheless. You could say that it's an Omni negate because it negates spells or traps, or monster effects. But like, I would argue that you also need to actually like negate spell trap card effects and not just spell trap card activations. But still, that's beside the point. So I would say that this card is really good. It also has a really good form of recovery where you get back your Berserkion and your Valkyrion, even though both of those cards are kind of middling. But hey, at least now you can banish the Berserkion, actually, because it has to be level 4 or lower, so you can't even banish the Berserkions from the graveyard with fusion summon. So, but that's beside the point. The thing is, this thing is weaker than ABC solely by the merit of, hey, I am going to now I'm discarding a card, I'm gonna banish your Imperion. Okay, I will chain this to negate the effect. And now the ABC player goes like, oh no, I shall tribute my ABC to summon out all 3 of my monsters again. Great. That's so cool. And then they summon ABC again, and they do it again. Great. That's so cool. The power disparity between these two decks is really apparent, and I feel like this deck could have been infinitely better and a lot more fun to play. But unfortunately, someone at Konami really didn't like Yugi that day. So yeah, good luck with the games.
What is up, ladies and fellas, and welcome back to History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey with Structure Deck 16 Kaiba and 16 Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I think it was the other way around, but a very exciting Structure Deck episode. Smile. And
Smile.
Jeexx, how are you feeling about this Structure Deck episode?
Kill me now.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I did not even do any test hands for this. I just think both of the decks are so fucking boring, so I was more like, you know what, I just want to I want to be done with this, and that's gonna be that. But also,
at least the ABC one outside of this is kind of cool.
is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. At least it is kind of cool.
Interesting. Very interesting.
It has lines of play, and it has a lot of power, and it can do many things.
Before
very powerful deck.
We get started, I want to now throw the ball into your court, live on camera. Jeexx, are we starting Pokemon this week?
I don't know. Why you shouldn't be asking now.
There's now there's pressure on you.
Bro, it's up to you, man. I keep telling you. Just set the date, bro. I will be there no matter what. Or what the fuck that quote was.
Yeah, I will be there no matter what. Shut up, Bape. All right. I think
I ain't sending these dates.
I was gonna say that when you're seeing this, we are currently live playing Pokemon, but no, when you're seeing this, the first Pokemon episode has been recorded on Jeexx's stream, so you'd tune in on that.
TV/Jeexx.
Yes.
You can see it even in the VOD that is probably currently still up.
Shout out Wad
It won't be
Frogs.
long
Shout out
because
Wad
I'm gonna
Frogs.
need to get rid of 1,000 hours of content on my Twitch channel. Kill me now.
Yippee! That is awesome. With all that
My
being said,
editing software can't even take the 12-hour VODs into themselves. I've been trying to cut these things into 6-hour long like parts, but the editing software is just like, nah, this thing is too big. This thing is way too fucking big, buddy. Kill yourself.
all right. Well, I'm happy that we are starting with some positivity. I personally will be starting by setting some cards and passing it back to you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to normal summon Gamma, the Electromagnetic Warrior, which has the effect of I will special summon the Electromagnetic Warrior from my hand. Is this okay?
Over, or you can do your punch. That is a-okay.
I summon Alpha, the Electromagnetic Warrior, and I add to my hand a level 8 Magna Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
This is okay.
This is fine as well.
Okay, I would like to add to my hand a Berserkion, the Electromagnetic Warrior. And then I would like to banish from my hand, field, and graveyard. Gamma, the Electromagnetic Warrior. Alpha, the Electromagnetic Warrior. And Beta, the Electromagnetic Warrior. To special summon Berserkion, the Electromagnetic Warrior. In attack position.
Yippee!
Let me just double check. This is you banish. Yeah.
You banish one level 4. Oh, it's not
Isn't
even
it
a
cool?
once per turn. Cool.
But isn't it cool how this card summons itself by banishing cards? But
yeah,
it doesn't
and
have,
then you
like,
can banish stuff after.
Yeah, isn't that really interesting and cool? How this card like completely griefs itself
I
in
mean,
this time. You know?
why
That's what
not?
they're saying.
Why not play Burial from a different Dingleberg or something?
Oh, true. I should play Dimension Fusion. You're so right, bestie. So true. This thing doesn't have any protection.
I'll just finish doing this thing.
This thing has like nothing. This is so bad.
I mean, no, it's a big dumb idiot sitting there. So.
Yeah, and then I pass.
Yippee!
Well, did you draw the Union Hang?
Well, not exactly what I want to be seeing, but. I did not, unfortunately. I will be normal summoning a Assault Core from my hand, though. I will be flip summoning this Crush Wyvern, and
You don't need to, by the way, flip summon a card if you're gonna use it for ABC.
or for the equip.
No, for the equip, yes, but specifically for summoning at ABC, you don't need to.
Yeah, for the fusion, yeah.
You can just, yeah.
But yeah, I will be. Actually, if you don't mind, I'll just move these because I like just having things below, just for the clarity, so we know what it is equipped to. I guess I could use the counters, but I will just equip it to Assault Core and I think that'll be all from me.
Stand by main. I would like to.
Imagine the 4 cards in your hand are Beta, Alpha, Gamma, and another Berserkion. That would have been pretty hype.
Yeah, yes. That would have been really funny.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yep.
Yeah,
We're chilling.
we're bing bros. Stand by main. I would like to normal summon Beta the Electromagnetic Warrior, activating its effect to add a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior monster from my deck to my hand.
That is fine.
Okay, I would like to add to my hand an Alpha, the Electromagnetic Warrior. Then I would like to set 1 card and end my turn.
I mean, Fuck it. Let us see. How big were these? 17. Yeah, sure.
Oh, you can't. I can't summon those guys.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
level
just.
3.
Yeah.
I attribute this
Oh, it's
guy as special summon
specifically.
a level 4 Magnet Warrior, which will in this case be. Any guesses? Any bets?
Beats me.
An Alpha, the Magnet Warrior. Would you like to redeclare your attack?
Sure, I'll beat over this guy. This card
Wow.
looks like it was actually printed in the Persian War.
Yeah.
Main 2. Fuck it, we'll summon X head cannon and call it a day.
Okay.
I'll be honest,
In
I
your
don't
end
remember
phase,
anything. Yep, I don't remember
I would
any
like to
cards that
activate
are in the. Oh yeah.
Rock Bombardment to send to the graveyard
I will
a
take 500.
Gamma, the Electromagnet Warrior.
I will take
Did you take
500.
not negating it?
I'm,
That's crazy, bro.
I'm good.
I would then like to go to main phase 1 and banish. Actually, normal summon this guy first, right? Right. Normal summon this guy first. Yeah. And add this to my hand from my deck. The Valkyrion, the Magna Warrior. And then I would like to banish Alpha, Beta, and Gamma to special summon out Berserkion, the Electromagna Warrior.
That is fine.
Then I would like to go into combat. And I would like to declare an attack with Berserkion, the Electromagnet. Actually, I will do this first. I'm just gonna banish this shit and blind this.
Yep, that is a Call of the Haunted.
And swing. This made it so that it can't be destroyed once, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
instead, a Crush Wyvern will be destroyed.
Attacking with this thing.
Yeah, I'll take 1200.
And then, this is ass. This sucks so much. This is like when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one other unit monster from your graveyard to your hand, which is like, what the fuck, bro? Why can you do that? Why is that allowed? Why is this allowed, man? I don't really have anything to do here. So main phase 2, and pass.
Yippee! No. It's pretty annoying. I will not lie. But. There's literally 0 point, right? Yeah, I mean, we got it. Let's fire off Uni Hanger.
Yeah.
I would like to add Buster Drake to my hand. Then I would like to. Does it matter?
You know, this is one of those moments when I realize we don't have MST in all of these.
Yeah, it's. Both of the decks are pretty bad, but like this has Union Hanger with the ABC line, which alone is just good enough.
This card
for
is designed
this.
for that, so
Literally.
it's broken. Like, this is the first field spell that is truly broken that they ever printed.
Bogos,
And that's saying a lot, because Chicken Game
Bitted.
exists. Chicken Game exists at this point. Even Black Garden would arguably be really good, but Black Garden gives you opponent material, so it's not that
Sure,
powerful.
we'll fire this off. I'll fire off Frontline Base and Special Summon, said Buster Drake.
Yep.
And then we will equip. It's a different than that. Okay. And I think. Does it really matter? Which one gave me the special from hand? I guess we'll just grab another core.
You know what the worst part about, I would argue, is because you could just ram be Buster Drake into Berserkion and core into Berserkion and gain a lot of value, and then after that you could just summon ABC by banishing the shit that you sent to the graveyard, essentially. Oh, this is so ass.
Actually, yeah, that's fine. We will banish. Do I want to? Yeah, we'll banish these 3 and summon out the lad.
Why not banish the? Oh wait, because you don't have it equipped. Yeah, never mind.
Yep.
Never mind.
And now
That is unfortunate.
I'm thinking here. I don't know if it's worth it. It's so annoying. I mean, we will have to do this. I will pitch a card from my hand to banish the non-negated Berserkion. But now the thing is that
they don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, but I would like to push damage at some point, but you know, I don't exactly want to crash things. I think we'll just there is no way you're getting a third Berserkion. I don't give a shit about Salt Core being in attack mode. I'll just end on that.
Oh yeah. This sucks. Spell Shattering Arrow in my buffet.
As many fair. Yep, that'll do. So I'm losing 2, so that's 1,000.
Yeah.
And front lines, destroy, yeah, and hanger.
And Fiendish Chains.
It's
like
spells.
Destroy this would be good. Like
That's
if this card would be good, this would be destroyed.
Yeah.
Like this is like the biggest issue with this card, where it's like, this is a perfect card to use in place of Heavy Storm, right? Like this card would be, and Harpy's Feather Duster even. I think this was printed around the same time. Like this is an early Yu-Gi-Oh card, and it's just objectively worse in every regard.
Yeah, I mean, I just think of it: destroy your opponent's field spell, and you now also get 500 burn damage. Fucking yippee-ki-yay!
Swords of Weaving Light pass. Actually, go next. It's just faster. I'm done. Go next.
I don't think there's anything I care about either. I guess we can do this. I don't think nothing else here really matters. Sure, we'll do this, and we'll get right back to it. Honestly, you summoning 2 Berserkion in a single game is already exceeding my expectation from that deck.
I'm gonna set 3, and I'm gonna set 1. Pass.
Interesting. I guess Sure. I will unfortunately set one less than you did, but I will follow
Haha!
suit.
That's unfortunate, my good chum. I am going to now pass your move, buddy.
Interesting. Honestly, let's normal head cannon. And
Okay.
do I care what this is? I mean, sure. Let's take a look.
You fool! It is Gamma, the Magnet Warrior. It is 1,800 defense.
Bro is the crustiest looking card I have ever seen in my life. I will not lie. We'll just go and...
Okay, stand by main. I'm gonna set 1, set 2, pass.
It's too powerful, man.
It's very strong.
Normal summon Z Metal Tank.
Z Metal Tank.
Now I can get over this dumb fucking Gamma. I would like to
Oh no!
equip this to my X-Head cannon.
That can't be!
I would like to flip summon Crush Wyvern.
Crush Crush Fiber. No.
And equip this
No.
to my X-Head cannon. Who will be the beefiest man ever? I'll just put a carriage.
This cannot be.
This. And I mean, sure. 24.
My Gamma!
He's so powerful.
It's
And,
far too powerful.
Pass.
I'm just gonna bombardment here.
Go for it.
I'm gonna set 1. You can't respond to that one even. It's like it happens regardless of everything. I'll send.
I mean, the send is at cost, right?
Yeah, it's a cost. I'll send data, and then yeah. My move.
Exciting.
I'm gonna flip summon Emma, the Electromagnet Warrior, and then
Who doesn't even get the thing off? That's fine.
I'm gonna set 1 and pass.
Really exciting, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so fucking petty. No, I'll just...
I can still do it if you finish,
Yeah.
It's a cost to tribute, so.
Do I? I don't... Yeah, this doesn't matter, honestly. Sure. Swing. This has beta. And then that'll get you a level 4.
Which is again just a normal monsters, not even any
Yep.
of the other
I mean,
ones. Until later.
I'll speed
Until
up
later.
the process.
Um,
That's a special tool that'll help us later.
where did my card go?
You cited out of them.
No, I summoned it and then it disappeared from the deck.
I redeclare into the set.
No, that cannot be. That's impossible.
Is it another one?
It's my Gamma, the Electromagnet.
You never get past my second one.
And during the end of the battle phase, I would like to discard a Reborn from my hand to target a monster in my graveyard that was destroyed by balance ended this turn, and special summon it.
Go for it, man.
I will summon Emma, the Electromagnet Warrior again.
I was gonna ask you, you're not gonna summon anything, but it's literally just from your hand. Never mind.
If this card was good, I would.
Honestly, that's really swag and awesome and swag.
Yeah, I really practiced this one.
During your opponent's turn, you contribute this card. I see. That's not a once per turn. We'll just go to the end phase.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and then I'll just summon out the Beta Magnet Warrior. And,
Oh my
start my
god, he
turn.
has Gamma, Alpha, and Beta, the OGs!
You know, this would be really funny.
If you drew Valkyrian.
So, you wanna know what this card says?
Oh, Valkyrian?
Cannot
I have
be
no
summoned or
fucking
set.
clue.
Must first be special summoned from your hand by tributing Alpha, Beta, and Gamma from your hand and or field.
No.
Not even graveyard, bro. I can do it.
Can you just fucking one report it or something so he gets to do some shit?
I don't have Monster Reborn in this deck.
I know.
I have fucking Curry Reborn.
It's so fucking peak.
Oh man, kill me now.
That's awesome, man. Love that for you.
Paint pickle.
I mean, it's so fucking funny. There's no way I don't do it. It's so fucking funny. I would like to special summon the Crush Wyvern.
Yeah.
In defense mode. Then
Yeah.
I would like to banish my X-Head Cannon and my fucking metal bastard to summon the XZ Tank Cannon.
Oh my god.
It is beautiful.
Cannot believe it.
It is beautiful and glorious and epic and swag. Mostly
I get
swag.
to do some cool setup. And now, yeah. Okay.
And then I would like to hit the gritty, but I can't do that. So instead, I will use the effect to discard from my hand an Assault Core. And we'll just let the die roll decide, and we'll hit this one.
I would like to activate in response to the innovation of XZ Tank Cannon. Fucking rock bombardment.
Another fucking bombardment, bro.
I'm gonna bombard you, bitch. I will be sending to the graveyard another one of these motherfuckers. This is only from my hand, right? Just to check.
Oh, what?
Holy shit, this card is so ass.
I feel like you could say that about literally every card in your deck.
So must first be special summoned from your hand. Why can't I just summon it from my graveyard? Like this would like legitimately Berserkion would be a decent card if it was summonable from anywhere by banishing 3. I think that would legitimately push this card from being not good to being playable or arguably even good.
Being barely playable by 2016 standards.
Fuck. Oh man, I'm just gonna send the what's his face? Fucking
God, dude, I can't believe the fucking
Gamma.
character designs, and then like being like, dude, these we'll make these the ace of the pro tag. Then I will normal summon Heavy Mech Support Armor, and I only have one target. I will special summon it, but then I'll also use its once per turn effect to equip it to Tank Cannon.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, fuck it, we'll also equip this thing to Tank Cannon, because it's a fucking Tank Cannon.
I'm gonna be honest, that's like your best bet here. I'm not even kidding.
I mean, yeah, and it's the thing here is you still have 2 back row. I honestly don't know. The only thing that I remember are
Magic
the
Cylinder and Mirror
like
Force.
2 Magnet Warrior alliance in the deck. So I literally don't remember anything else. So
The set has Magic Cylinder and Mirror Force.
oh shit,
Matrix.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Those are fairly good, yeah.
oh wait, does Cylinder have the target?
Uh-huh. Because it's a combat trick. Remember, Sakuretsu armor
I-
used to say, destroy the attacking monster, but now it says, target the attacking monster and
Yes.
destroy it.
Sakuretsu I do remember target, but like Magic Cylinder I literally didn't remember. I thought it
Hell,
just
yeah. I'm gonna
negated
set
it.
one.
Awesome.
I'm gonna pass.
Now we're playing video games.
Mm.
I mean, do I even give a fucking rat's ass? I don't think so. We'll put this dude to attack, I guess.
Okay.
Just so we can maybe make this go a little faster.
This sucks. This is so shit.
Sure, let's go battle phase. Tank cannon first, then 12. This does not feel like we're playing fucking 2016 Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not gonna lie.
Bob's got 5 back, bro. Okay, in your end phase, I activate Magnet Conversion. I would like to add to my hand 3 level 4 or lower Magnet Warriors.
Oh wait, the Graveyard effect actually does something.
You know, I'm sitting here right now looking at this, trying to contemplate. I can summon Valkyrion, or I can summon Berserkia.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm gonna go for adding Alpha the Magnet Warrior,
Oh
Beta
hell
the Magnet
yeah!
Warrior, and Gamma the Magnet Warrior to my
That's
hand.
fucking awesome, man. We love to see it.
Then I would like to first normal summon Alpha the Electromagnet Warrior to add to my hand a Berserkion.
That's a
And
magic
then
tool that
I
we
would
use
like
later.
to banish Alpha the Magnet Warrior, Beta the Electromagnet Warrior, and Gamma the Electromagnet Warrior to special summon Berserkion. But that is not all. I would like to tribute from my hand
Oh, when
Alpha.
when you summon
That's
Berserkion,
fine. That's fine. Yeah.
I will finish chain it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to summon
Yeah.
this thing as well. I don't know the fuck what you're doing with your piece of shit Fiendish Chain. I would like to summon Valkyrion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ring of Destruction.
You know what the funny thing about this card is?
Yeah.
You can target this. You can tribute this card, then target one Alpha Magnet, Beta Magnet, and Gamma
Yeah,
Magnet.
I mean, if you want to get
special
them,
summon
then go for them.
You want to know what the sad about that? Sad
Yeah.
part about that is?
Oh wait, it's not a quick.
Yeah.
This is another one of those structure situations where, like, clearly they're released at the same time, so they know they're gonna be played against each other. What the
You know,
fuck?
so here's a few ways you can fix this. Berserkion, extra monster.
That would actually be neat.
And now, then you make it so that all of these 3 can summon any Magna Warriors when you tribute them on your opponent's turn. Level 4 or lower. Yeah?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can summon
I
themselves out,
literally
and they loop into each other.
thought that that was the thing whole time. Outside shrink here.
Yeah. Because, like, these have a kind of vibe to them that makes them feel like gadgets, right?
Yeah,
Like,
for
the
sure.
Magna Warriors feel like they're supposed to be like a gadget, like, counterpart for, like, Yami to play, essentially. Whereas Yugi has gadgets, and Yami has Magna Warriors. I think if you just went all in, and Alpha could summon Beta, and Beta could summon Gamma, like, you could just play one of them and get the rest, essentially. That would be good. That would legitimately be a good way. So then you can always get Berserkion, because that's what this deck does. That's what these fucking things do. Like, every one of these, when they die, essentially just accelerates your game plan, and then you have a field spell that literally does that for you.
I feel like there was no field spell or anything in that
There
deck,
is.
right? Oh,
But
there
it's
is?
like the worst possible field spell you could have. It's the kind that doesn't do anything on its own.
You can target.
So, if you control a level 4 or lower Earthquake monster when you play this, yeah, You can then target one Magna Warrior in your graveyard, which means you need to have 2 cards already played to use this card. Union Hanger searches the card that you need to activate the card, essentially. Which is like this card on activation should send a rock monster to the graveyard. Straight up, like
I've
it should
never
just
seen this art before.
same. I saw it yesterday, and I figured, well, I'm gonna play Kuribo's anyway for the fuck of it, so I'll just put 3 different arts of Kuribo in. But yeah, like this field spell would be way better if it just said you can send 1 rock monster to the graveyard. It would immediately make it like
You
so
deviant.
much stronger. I was playing Diffusion because Diffusion is actually a really good counter against contact fusions.
Yep.
Because especially like when I'm also playing Diffusion against like not Diffusion, I'm also playing Fusion. I'm playing this fucking thing. I'm playing one of it, obviously. I'm playing one Polymerization. But just in case there happens to be a situation where using Diffusion can be worthwhile, I can go for it. I can win a game if I just summon this thing out and I use it to run over, then I summon both of these things out. Because there must first be spell summoned though, which is like ass, but you know, just in case it happens to pan out. I think no, I forgot. It's because of an opponent's card effect. My bad. That doesn't work then. But yeah, Diffusion like is the best form of removal in this set.
For you,
Which is
that is. For me, it's
even
obviously
like
Buster.
yeah. Like
Banishing
for
things.
me, I don't have anything that deals with anything other than like Mirror Force and arguably Mystic Box. I'm playing one fucking Mystic Box because it's like, well, I'm not gonna play 3 of Diffusion. It doesn't do shit if I don't like have a
Yeah.
situation where like it would have been a dead draw in this game.
What were
Not
these,
that I
by the
would have
way?
drawn it. Mirror Force and Magic Cylinder,
Oh, both of them. That's funny.
which is funny because you know the cards that you happen to put on that thing specifically say prevents targeting and the other one is affected by monster effect. But, you know, it's,
Yeah, and then like basically until the last turn, there was also a Crush Wyvern. The fact that you were even somewhat close to summoning Imperial Magnum is honestly pretty impressive. Like, I'll be honest, I expected this shit to be an absolute wash because the Yugi deck is so ass. So,
yeah.
the extremely low expectations that I had, you surpassed them. So, congratulations, I guess.
Hell yeah. I managed to do the bare minimum. Oh, also Imperion, contact fusion.
Yeah, it is.
From Fielder Grave. No, it's not. It's not contact fusion. It's a regular fusion. That's the problem with it. Make it a
Oh,
contact
wait.
fusion. There we go. You need to use a polymerization
When
for it.
I was going through this deck, there have now been like multiple instances already where I have been like thinking, yeah, this shit is ass, and that is when I've been thinking of them as better cards than what they actually are.
Yeah.
I
So the
legit
reason
thought
why
that
I
was a
scooped.
content fusion, and that the Magnet Warriors could summon like specific like lower 4 or lower, but they're all like specifically just summon the old crappy ones.
Unfortunately, it's only the old crappy ones and the new support one that they get way later on, which still doesn't make the deck any better. But they do get one.
Yippee.
But like, I think if Imperion was a contact fusion from, let's say, you can shuffle for field or graveyard or banish. Fucking what's this thing again? Valkyrion and Berserkion. You can shuffle them back to the deck and send it out. It would be decent because you can search these out pretty easily. Alpha is a pretty good card for searching these out, and then if Imperion can then summon them from anywhere, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
I think that would be decent. Again, like Berserkion should be an extra deck monster. Contact Fusion, obviously. Imperion should be an extra deck monster with a Contact Fusion with Valkyrion, specifically shuffling them back into their decks, respective decks, and then so on. It would have been a good fusion as well, in the sense that it would have been a Contact Fusion between an extra deck monster and a main deck monster, and it would have had like a good flavor where one of them can be like the south polarity and one of them can be the north polarity, you know? Different colored cards. That would have been really cool. I'm just saying. Just saying, Konami.
You're cooking too hard here. You're trying to make a pizza out of the ashes of a mummy or something.
I don't understand like what the idea is behind this actually. Like what is the intended plan for playing Valkyrion and Berserkion with polymerization? What do they want you to do? Do they just want you to fucking waste Berserkion? 'Cause, again, if Berserkion could be summoned from the graveyard at least, it would be decent because then you could go like, I'm gonna act the polymerization, fuse Valkyrion, Berserkion, then I'm gonna banish these two into the graveyard, I'm gonna summon Berserkion. And now I can banish my Valkyrion. Actually, double checking. You can banish one level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior monster from your graveyard. It's not even a rock. It should have fucking just said you can banish a rock monster from your graveyard. You can destroy a card on the field.
Maybe their idea was just because both of them are relatively hard to get out. Like it's like, oh, okay, it's easier. Just get these in your hand. You can summon search stuff with alpha anyway.
But
I'm
the
guessing.
main deck monsters don't just like you would never want to play the main deck monsters then. You would want to play Alpha, and you would maybe want to play Gamma. But even then, you would probably be better off playing anything else. Literally anything else.
Fucking King of
Like
the Swamp, honestly.
yeah, like King of the Swamp and play something that can just like tutor the shit into your hand. Play Alpha and something that lets you summon it out or tutor it into your hand. I think there's some other cards that allow you to spell summon rocks. I might be mistaken though, and those would be decent to play with this. I don't know. I'm really bummed about this deck because this is gonna be a similar sentiment when we play the Ancient Gear deck and Dino Smasher Fury deck because that's gonna be this but worse.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think it might be the biggest mismatch literally we've had. It's up there. I don't remember. I'll be honest. I don't remember really like the super early stuff that we did because some of those were like also terrible. And I mean, we've had also instances where the like decks have just been like, okay, this deck just is strictly a counter to the other thing. But that's
Spellcaster versus Warrior.
Yeah, but that's gonna be such a. It's gonna be bad, very bad. But we have one more structure thing before that, and that's gonna be really shortly. Actually, I think there's literally 2 episodes from now on. I think.
And it's also gonna be the best structures, arguably, in this era, like disregarding Kaiba. Like the Kaiba structure is kind of like an outlier, obviously. Like it's a meta deck. It's the first instance. Well, no, Monarchs actually. Monarchs are also structure. So there's 2 really good structure decks, and then there's Pendulum Domination and Master Pendulum. I would say, because like those 2 are Pendulum Domination specifically is when DDD actually becomes playable in the West. And Master of Pendulum was a deck that was released for Odd Eyes and like Pendulum Sorcerers, as like Pendulum Magicians, I guess, as like a power boost. It has stuff like Pendulum Call in it. It has stuff like the normal monster Pendulum cards that specifically set themselves into scale and then allow you to basically deal with anything on board by discarding a card. It's generally a really good toolbox, and it enabled a lot of really low power decks to just use Pendulum Call and like the Pendulum Magicians to enable their game plan. Like Buster Blader. I made a Buster Blader deck using specifically that package from that deck. It worked pretty good. Like I think that those 2 decks are some of the best in this era, mostly just because of the fact that they enabled things that weren't just pendulum spam, but more specifically like this is gonna enable older other like worse decks to play just in general.
Yeah, usually obviously we've done the loser picks the deck, but for that like I can already say that I mean I think we've talked about that multiple times before. Like we kind of basically around Christmas at this point, like we already knew that when we get there, like Jeexx is gonna be playing the DDD one. So regardless of the previous matchup before that, it'll be Jeexx playing the DDD deck, and I'll be on Odas. Just something to keep in mind. But I mean, we have to give you a roses here. Like you were closer to summoning your big bullshit dumb fuck boss monster in Imperium than I was to summoning A to C Dragon Buster cannon. So that has to be worth something, right?
Actually, that's a good point. This fucking thing is a contact fusion.
It is.
Motherfucker. Like if Imperion just had fused it with the polymerization or send these 2 cards to the graveyard, it would have already been like, I would have had it. It would have gone out. It would have worked. And then it would have obviously died, but at the same time, if it dies, I get both of them back out and I can do it again. But whatever. But I gotta go, my guy. My stomach is acting up.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'll the outro and we'll get out of here. Thank you for watching. Next time we will have Invasion Vengeance. I'm pretty sure.
Awesome.
I will make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's Invasion Vengeance next time. And like I said, 99% chance I can promise you that Pokemon is starting this week, which basically means that when you're seeing this episode, we'll have just finished about recording the first episode. So you can turn into Jeexx's Twitch stream over on twitch.tv/Jeexx, and you can ask if it's already done, but most likely we'll do like usual those toward the start of the episode. I'll hopefully have more information about like just how the series is gonna work later this week, which I guess me telling you here doesn't really make any sense because that stuff is hopefully gonna be out before you're seeing this. So yeah, this is a little bit redundant. But the upload anyways, if you missed the stream, the upload is gonna be next week. I'm not sure because I'll be honest, since we started really impromptu, we started the Digimon stuff with Ryu, like that'll be like whenever I feel like uploading it. But for Pokemon, I'd like to have also a set day. The only thing is that I will have a heads up for Pokemon. I think the pace on that when we progress is going to be slightly slower, because I think like we've been thinking of how we can do it when traveling and seeing family over some weekends and when I'm not here when Jeexx is streaming. So for those times we might honestly just skip those, and it'll be basically like every week, but like basically it's 3 episodes a month, so it'll be a slightly slower pace. We'll have to see though. Like I said, like we'll polish out the rules and everything, and obviously when we're doing the first thing, like we'll also talk about it probably then during the games, so you should be able to see it then. But expect the upload to happen next week, assuming that we are recording this Sunday, but most likely we should be doing that. So we'll then figure out and obviously iron out all the details on how the series is gonna go, but well, that is something to look forward to if you're interested in Pokemon. Like I said in a community post when we started Digimon, like, but Yu-Gi-Oh isn't going anywhere. This will still be here every single Sunday until the heat death of the universe, so no worries there. I'm simply expanding and just enjoying different card games, and I guess Pokemon is very akin to a card game in a way. We could also play the Pokemon card game, but I think regular Pokemon is just gonna be more interesting for you guys and for us as well. So something to look forward to. And like I said, like Digimon will be an extra thing there as well. It's a lot more casual as well. I'll try to have, I mean, not like this is polished in any way, but the same sort of polish that we have for Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll try to have with Pokemon. Like we'll have an intro and we'll have segments for us talking about our teams. But that is all in the future still for now. Like I said, if you're seeing this episode, maybe turn into the stream to see if we have already recorded it, and look forward to the episode going up next week. I'm thinking it'll probably usually be like Tuesday, Wednesday for the upload, but nothing has settled yet. So, but probably around Tuesday, Wednesday is when I'll try to aim to put those episodes up. With all that being said though, thank you so very much for watching this episode. Like I said, we'll see you next time for Invasion Vengeance, and have a good one, y'all. So we'll see you then. Thank you so very much for watching. Have a good week. And since you're seeing this on Sunday, sorry. And we'll see you next time. Peace.